Good morning, this is Liana with A Serendipitous Life. I'm coming to you this morning because I'm getting ready to go out into the garden and do some major overhaul. So I'm going to start practicing the no-till method of gardening, but to start, I did till to get the ground ready. So this morning I'm going to be putting up some cattle panels to make some trellises. I'm also going to be making putting down some hay and some mulch to help seal it in. And I'm probably gonna let this rest for a little bit before I get started with planting some corn and some pumpkin.
I'm out here working and I turn around to see this. This child has no fear whatsoever. What am I gonna do with this boy? Guess I'm just gonna have to keep a close eye. Here we are at the back of the garden. So this spot here, earlier this spring, it was some corn. The corn didn't do very well. And we had some sunflowers, which were beautiful. But I wasn't on top of making sure that the grass didn't grow in between. So there was a lot of heavy grass in here. So now what I'm going to do is I did till it. My goal was to get us to where we're only doing no-dig gardening. I don't want to keep disrupting the soil, and I would like to try to get those organisms in there and those good nutrients going. So my goal is to become no-till, but unfortunately for now I did have to till. So you'll see some boxes there that I had to help keep some of the weeds out, and I'm just going to leave that in there because it's going to decompose. There's no tape or nastiness in there. I don't have enough boxes to go over this entire area to help keep the weeds out. So what I've done is I bought some contractor's paper, which I'll show you all in a minute, and I will lay all this out, and we will be putting some of this hay on top of it. I got a bale of hay so that I could start trying to do some of the roof stout method. So we're going to try doing that and see if it works for us down here in southern Mississippi. So it's the evening of the video that I started, and well, it got pretty hot today. I did some work in the shade and got a lot accomplished for our project tomorrow. But then I went inside, took a shower, took a nap with the toddler, relaxed through the heat of the day, ran some errands, and now it's about 6 o'clock in the evening and I'm back out in the garden working on the same project. One thing I didn't mention before is that I am building an arched trellis to continue on from the one that I had at the front of the yard. So here's the arched trellis, and I'm just going to show it to you all while it's still a bit of a hot mess. So the reason I'm doing this is because, you know, when I first started gardening, I was intimidated and I didn't know where to start. And a lot of times that prevented me from doing what I really wanted to do. So several months ago, I wanted to start a YouTube video and kind of chronicle all of these projects that I've been doing around the yard. And I didn't. I did a lot of projects since March. And I took photographs, I posted them on social media, that type of thing. But I never really shared them in this kind of format. And it's something I really wanted to do. And I was scared. I didn't think I could do it right. And so I let myself be held back. And, you know, we all do that when it comes to certain things. And sometimes you just got to take the leap and do it. And so one of the things that I want to make sure I show on this journey is that it's not always going to be perfect. And it's not always going to be pristine. And so I want to show the hot mess that I am. And so here we are. The boxes that I said I was going to keep earlier, which I'm actually planning on pulling up because they're just in the way. And you can see where I dropped junk on the ground and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just going to come back and I'm going to clean this up and finish it up. And as you see, I just have these trellises, these cattle panels rather, just very loosely attached with some twist ties, or not twist ties, whatever those things are called, cable ties. And so I'm going to come back with some more heavy-duty wire and actually fasten them better, but that just kind of helps get me going because I'm doing this by myself. You know, let's be honest. My wife, Allison, she is a hard worker. She's working 2 jobs and going to school to help take care of our family. And she doesn't have time for this, and she helps me when she can. But, you know, I'm on my own with this, and I'm not going to let it hold me back into just doing it on my own. So right now I just have these twist ties on here. I keep calling them that. They're cable ties. And you can see there's big gaps. But I'm going to come back and I'm going to line it all up and straighten it up and get it better from here. But I did it. And all I did is I started off with 2 poles here. I laid the cattle panel straight across like that. Then I bent it up, pounded in. Well, I already had one pounded in, this one pounded in. Stuck it up there, had it ready so it was just barely on, and then I went ahead with that one and did that one. And then just went down the line, boom, boom, boom. Started on this side, finished on that side. But I'm gonna call it a night. I'm hot. It's 6 o'clock at night and it's still freaking hot out here. And I'm gonna go inside, get cleaned up. Allison just got home from her preceptorship for school, and I'm just gonna go enjoy some time with the family. There's no rush. I get this done when I get it done. I'm doing this for enjoyment and partially to help my family to make sure we have good, healthy food. But you know, this is for enjoyment. This is a hobby that I'm turning into something that's gonna help our family. So there we go. Well, you guys have a good night, and you know what? Bless this mess.